Hello coders, welcome to my channel. I am Aniket and today we will discuss question 2 from LeetCode contest, that is filter occupied intervals. Let's read the problem. You are given a 2D integer array occupied intervals where occupied I denotes start I to end I, and start I denotes the start time and the end I denotes the end time in which you are occupied. So additionally you are given two integers free start and free end, which define a time interval during which you are free. So this free interval start at free start and end at free end inclusively. Your task is to merge all occupied intervals that overlap or touch. Then remove all integer points in the free interval from the merge occupied intervals. We see this clearly with a test case. So let's try run a test case. So here is the test case. So the minimum element is 2 and the maximum element is 16. I would like to introduce a new interval also to get better clarity of touch case also. So this is the new interval. So the minimum is 2 and the maximum is 20. So if we make a number line of this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. So if you plot this in this number line graphically, so 2 to 6 is occupied. Now 4 to 8 is also occupied. Now 10 to 10 is also occupied. So this is simply a point. And 10 to 12 is also occupied. So 10 to 12 is also occupied. And if you see 14 to 16 is also occupied. So 14 to 16 is also occupied. And 17 to 20 is also occupied. So 17 to 20 is also occupied. So if you merge it like a normal way, so what is the merge value? 2 to 8, this will be merged because these two intervals are overlapping, so you have to merge these two. And these two intervals are also overlapping, so you have to merge these two also. So the new interval will be 10 to 12 also. And for this is not overlapping, so you make it this. And for this is also not overlapping, so you make this. So there are four intervals, but in the question it states that you have to consider that interval also as a overlapping in which it is touching. So like in this case, two intervals touch if the second interval start immediately after the first interval end. For example, 1 comma 1 is touching with 2 comma 2. Why? Because 1 is just immediate after is 2. So that's why these two intervals are touching. So in this case also you have to merge these two also, because 16 just immediate after the 16 17 comes, so that's why these two intervals are touching. So the new merge interval should look like this: 14 to 20. I hope you understand how you merge perform. Now after doing this type of merge, you have to free your time from 7 to 11. So if you consider a time 7 to 11, that is this, let's change the color, that is this 7 to 11. So there is no any integer point in this range 7 to 11 inclusively. In the question it states the same. So what is this? So free start and free end, which define the time interval during which are free. This free interval start at free start and free end inclusively, and you have to remove all integer points in the free interval from merge occupied interval. So that's why we have to remove all integer points from 7 to 11 inclusively. So if you remove all integer points between these 7 to 11, so what is your updated list will, so your updated list will be 2 to 6, because this 7 to 8 is in this interval. So that's why you have to remove 7 to 8 integers from this interval. So that's why your updated list will look like 2 to 6 for this interval, and for 10 to 12 there is only, because 7 to 11 is 7 to 11 there is no any integer in this interval. So, and there are 10 and 11 integer is present, so that's why your this list will update it to 12 comma 12 only. And for this list this is same because this is not overlapping with this interval, that is 7 to 11. So I hope you understand the question and how you can find the answer intuitively. So let's discuss the approach to solve this problem. So what is the approach to solve this problem? So in approach, the first step is merge the intervals and keep in mind to include touch case also, because in normal problem you don't include a touch case like just immediate after. Like in this case, in normal problem you have 3 4 intervals, but if you consider this touch case there are only 3 non-overlapping intervals. So I hope you understand this. You have to merge the intervals and keep in mind to include touch case also. And the second step is remove all integers from f start and f end. F start is free start and f end is free end. Now let's discuss the first step. So the first step is merge. So for merging, there are at least 2 intervals present in our interval array. So interval if interval is if interval is only one, so add this to your merged. What is merged? Merged is a new updated list which contains the merged intervals of the interval array. I hope you understand this. This interval array, all non-overlapping intervals will store into this merge list. So if interval is only one, add this to your merge list. Otherwise, you have two cases. You have two cases. First case is overlapping, and second and the second case is non-overlapping. So in non-overlapping case, you do the same. Add this to your merged list. And in overlapping case, you have to do something. Firstly, we have to find what is the condition of overlapping. So what is the condition of overlapping? To perform this overlapping operation efficiently, we have to sort the interval array. We have to sort the interval array according to start time, so that our this overlapping condition will be good, and we can easily check whether the interval is overlapping or non-overlapping. So let's say first interval start time is s1 and end time is e1, and the second interval is start time is s2 and end time is e2. So in overlapping case, just like this s1, e1, s2, e2, your e1 will always greater than this s2. So your s2 will always lesser than equal to e1 in the case of overlapping. To consider a touch case like this, s1 is this, e1 is this, and and S2 is this and E2 is this. So to consider overlapping intervals and consider the case of touching, and let's say this S2 is nothing but E1 plus 1. So you have to merge these two intervals because these two are overlapping. To check this, you have to add this one also to check the touch condition. In this way, you can easily check whether the intervals are overlapping or non-overlapping. After doing the first step, our next step is remove all integer from f start to f end. So let's move to the second step. Step second. To remove all integers from f start to f end, there are various cases. So the first case is the interval is non-overlapping with the f start and f end interval. In this case, you don't need to consider the touch case. So first case is the interval is not overlapping. Finally, we will calculate our answer list. So if the interval is non-overlapping with this interval f start to f end, you will simply add this to the answer. It will never happen that all the integers will not in this range. So that's why this is not non-overlapping. So that's why you have to add this interval into your answer. Don't do anything. Now the next case is overlapping. So there are various types of overlapping patterns can be happen in this case. So the first case is this is fs, that is f start, and this is fe, that is f end, and this is our interval. This is our interval s1 and e1. So in this case is left overlapping because our interval is overlapping from left part. I hope you got this. So in this case, you have to update your interval to s1 plus you have to update your interval to fe plus 1 comma e1. I hope you got this. In this way, all the integers in this range is removed. Now the next condition is right overlapping. So let's say your fs and fe is in this range and your s1 is and se1 is this. Now if you consider this, this is a left overlapping, this is a right overlapping. So you have to remove all numbers from right segment. So what is the new interval? That is s1 comma fs minus 1. So in this way you can easily calculate the updated interval. Now the third case is when your fs is same as s1 and your f is same as e1. So in that case you have to remove all intervals. So in this case don't add this interval because this whole interval is containing every integer between fs to fe. So that's why don't add this interval to your answer. In this case you have to add this interval to answer, and in the left overlapping add this interval to answer, and third case is this, and the fourth case is very interesting. Let's say your fs is this and your fe is this and your s1 is this and s2 e1 is this, and you have to remove this part, from this interval. So your interval will result into two new intervals. What are those two new intervals? s1 comma fs minus 1, and the second interval is fe plus 1 comma e1. I hope you got this. So you have to add these two intervals into answer list. I hope you got this. Now let's jump to the code which uses this small observations in our code. But before that, please hit the like and subscribe button so that you can't miss any future explanations of contest, and it will motivate me to create such kind of intuitive video for you. So please hit the like and subscribe button. Now let's discuss the code. So here is my simple Java code for this problem. This is my simple Java code. So the input is occupied intervals and a free start and free end integer is given to you. And first of all, sort the occupied intervals according to first index. Sort according to start time, so that our we can easily check overlapping and non-overlapping condition. And firstly, we will initialize our merged array. This will store the merged intervals, that is non-overlapping intervals, or you can say non-overlapping intervals only. So after doing merging, so what is this condition? This condition is of non-overlapping. If the merge is already empty, so this is our first interval. So you simply add this interval into your merge. Otherwise, if the interval 0 is greater than this term, so in this case it is non-overlapping. So that's why this is the condition of non-overlapping. Otherwise it is overlapping. So in that case you have to update your last point to this maximum of merge.get this and interval of 1. You can easily see this while dry running, and I already explained this to you in the intuition also. Now after doing merge, we will process this merge, and I will update my answer list also while doing this. So if the merged interval is non-overlapping, this is the condition of non-overlapping with free time, that is f start to f end. So in that case you have to simply add this interval to your answer and continue, or you can if you don't continue also, then also your code will run, because we only use if and else condition and don't use out of this. So that's why even if you don't write this continue statement, your code will work. This condition is for left overlapping, and if the interval is left overlap, you will update this I0 to free and plus 1, and if I0 is lesser than equal to I1, then only you will add this interval to your list, to your answer. And this is the condition for right overlapping, and if it is right overlap, then update your I1 to free start minus 1, and after that you will check I0 is lesser than equal to I1, then add this interval to your answer array. I hope you understand this. And otherwise it is complete overlap, and if I0 is equal to free start and I1 is equal to free, and that is this case. So you have to remove all intervals. So that's why you just continue from this, because you don't need to do anything. You don't need to add any interval to your answer. And after that, this is the case like this. So in this case there are two intervals are formed. So in this case there are two intervals are formed. First interval is from S1 to E1, and second interval is from free and plus 1 to I1. And if S1 is lesser than equal to E1, then you will add this to your answer list. And if S2 is lesser than equal to E2, then you will add this to your answer list. And after that you will simply return your answer, which is the answer to this function. I hope you understand my code and the intuition behind this code. Please hit the like and subscribe button so that it will motivate me to create such kind of intuitive video for you. Thank you for watching my video.